Hi guys, my name is Matti Sulanto. I'm a photographer. In this video, I'd like to talk about some inevitable changes that are going to happen on this channel. You might also call this my annual channel update, except that I haven't really been making this every year. But almost exactly a year ago, I made a similar video, and in that video I said some things that, or promised some things that never really materialized. And the main reason is right here. I just could not make those changes happen. But this time, this is for real, and these changes that I'm going to talk about in this video, they have to happen for the sake of the future of this channel. The first change is that I'm going to seriously cut back gear-related videos. And let me tell you why. When you first start out here on YouTube, and once your channel gets a few subscribers, you'll get contacted by some brands or manufacturers who'd like you to review their products. And it's very tempting to accept those products and make reviews because gear reviews generally get pretty good traction here on YouTube. And if those products are some relatively inexpensive items from China, as they usually are, a $30 battery charger, $50 wireless microphone, or $130 lens or something, you'll get to keep those products. And even if you wanted to return them, they don't want them back. They are not paid advertisement or anything, but it's very cheap sort of advertising or exposure for those manufacturers if they send out a few products for some YouTubers who then make some content or reviews. Whether it's a negative or positive review, it's still exposure, pretty much free exposure for the product. So it's very tempting to accept those products. It's flattering, and you feel that someone notices you and you feel that my channel makes a difference. And I don't want to belittle gear reviews. No way, gear reviews can be very, very useful, especially if you are planning to buy a certain product, new camera lens or some accessories or whatever. Gear reviews can be very, very useful. However, gear reviews are also pretty boring to make. And I wouldn't even call my gear reviews real reviews, because in my reviews I usually don't cover every feature of the product, and I'm not really like scrutinizing the product. I'm just talking about some features that are important for me in that particular product. But let's call them reviews anyway for the sake of simplicity. For a long time already, I have rejected most of the products that are being offered to me for review. I've only accepted some lenses and a few other things. But even those lens reviews, they are pretty boring to me, and I feel they are holding my photography back. Because no matter how I think about it, when I go out with a new lens, it's gonna be some sort of a test session, and I'm not shooting the things that I really want to shoot. And I also think that people expect certain types of pictures in a lens review. They want to see some examples of the sharpness, distortions, vignetting, backlight, and things like that. If those are not included in a lens review, I think it's a pretty pointless review, right? But when I'm making those test pictures, I'm not shooting the pictures that I really would like to shoot. And another thing is that maybe the lens is not even suitable for my type of photography. Lately, for example, I've had so many short telephoto lenses for review, and I don't like to shoot on a short telephoto. It's just not the right lens for my street photography. It's not that the lens type is somehow bad, it's suitable for something else, but it's not suitable for my street and documentary style. And another important reason to keep away from gear talk and reviews is that gear talk is incredibly toxic. I have received some of the most rude and hostile comments for my gear-related videos. And it's incredible how wound up and upset people can get over a piece of gear, whether it's a lens or a camera or something else. It is unbelievable. Those are just dead objects. They don't have feelings. And of course I also get a lot of positive supporting comments. But some of those more hostile comments, they are so incredible that it's really unbelievable what people are capable of when they are hiding behind a username. I think whatever it is that we do, it's important to keep an open mind, especially if we are doing something creative. Every great creative person has an open mind. They're always ready to explore and experiment with different styles, different tools, different gear. In my opinion, we all should get the camera, get the lens that we really like to use and get so familiar with the lens and the camera that we can sort of forget it and then concentrate on our photography and on our pictures. We all have a favorite camera, of course, but what is my favorite camera should not matter to you and vice versa. You should be interested in my pictures, not my cameras, and vice versa. I should be interested in your pictures, your photographs, not interested in your camera. I'm not going to totally cancel gear reviews or gear talk, but I'm going to cut back and there's gonna be a lot less of that on my channel in the future. I still have also some unpublished gear reviews and gear videos that I'm going to publish, of course. But in the coming weeks or coming next couple of months, you're going to see some change in that here on this channel. But of course, I have to replace that gear content with something else. And that something is going to be more photo walks, more photography tips. I think those are so much more important and useful for anyone who really wants to develop as a photographer. I can offer some really good real-world tips for anyone who really wants to be a better photographer. Of course, there are only a handful of really good useful photography tips. It's hard to come up with any new, unique tips. However, everyone is different, and maybe when I share some tips, they may make more sense to you than the same tips on another YouTube channel, because my way of speaking makes more sense to you. It also might be the other way around. Maybe when I explain something, it doesn't make any sense to you. But when you see those basically same tips on another channel, they make more sense to you. That's why it's important and useful that many people or many channels, many photographers share whatever tips they have. Because we all have a different style of sharing and talking about things. And some things just make more sense when someone specific person shares those tips. And when I'm free of reviewing lenses, for example, I can just go out and shoot whatever I want. I can pick up the camera I want, I can pick up the lens I want, and I can shoot whatever I want, what really is important to me as a photographer. I don't go out just to make a review. I go out to shoot for real. And that is very important for me as a photographer, because right now I feel that I'm not progressing anywhere in my photography. I'm pretty much going backwards, because all those lens reviews and test pictures, they are making me a worse photographer. But I want to become better. I'm old already, but I still want to become better, and I want to experiment and explore and shoot the things that I'm really passionate about. The content I like to watch here on YouTube is photo walk type of content where someone is talking about why they took the picture, why they like a certain picture, why they don't like a certain picture, that kind of stuff. And I'd like to do the same type of content, the content that I would also like to watch. So that's it. Those are the changes that I have to make for the sake of this channel and for the sake of my own sanity. But I'd still like to hear your thoughts too. How do you feel about this? Is this a good idea or a bad idea? Leave a comment down below. Thanks so much, and I'll see you soon in the next video.